while NIST RMF is certainly kind of the over-architecture or kind of over-guiding principle, there's a lot of things that you've been developing with that think tank that might be valuable to some of our listeners out there today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have a few, I'll say maybe two major work products, right? One is the trusted AI model itself, which is a spreadsheet, it's community sponsored, funded, it's all volunteers. And so it's pretty much open source. So you can just go to the website and you can access, we created a community tool for free where instead of, you can download the spreadsheet, that's fine. But if you actually want to run an assessment, I mean, we all probably know that doing an assessment using a spreadsheet is like 1980. Always so good.
Whole reason I exist out there.
Yeah, it's just not fun. If you want to get a headache, then yeah, try using a spreadsheet to do an assessment for anything more than 10 controls. So there are 72 controls within NIST AI RMF, which is kind of our baseline, and then with about 30 crosswalk. So instead of using that spreadsheet, you can actually sign up for our Tame Score platform, which is pretty much a self-assessment platform. And you can get in less than an hour, you could actually do an assessment against 20 of the 72 controls. So there are 72 controls in total, but 20 of them would map to real world AI incidents. So if you think about the lawyer, that got disbarred because they used ChatGPT, to cite, it cited a case law that never existed. They initially, the judge ruled in their favor, and then they found out the case law didn't exist, and then they actually undid their ruling, they reversed their ruling, and then the lawyer got disbarred. So that's one example of an AI incident where you had an unintended consequence of using a generative AI platform like ChatGPT.
Yep.
So with all those incidents to real world, like controls, real world incidents, and we come up with 20 controls. So in less than an hour, you can do an assessment on your use case, not on the LLM, not on the AI platform or Gen AI platform, but specifically for your use of that platform. And you could get a score. And based on your score and your maturity, it's going to tell you what your AI incident probability looks like. So in less than an hour, anyone using an AI platform can pretty much do that for their use case. The other thing you can do is you can now share that report with your stakeholders through the platform. So it's a SaaS platform, so you could confidentially share it with them. There's full access control.
Right.
Typically, login is through Microsoft and Google. So we don't store any of the credentials. We just have an API call or single sign-on call, to those platforms. So that's the Tame Score platform. But we also now have workshops. We're kicking off our first inaugural workshop next week, Friday, where we've created an assessor program where if you really want to become very, very competent in using not only the trusted AI model framework, but the tool, we actually have a workshop where we do a simulation. So you actually have the opportunity not only to do a deep dive into at least the 20 controls and the crosswalk, etc. I'm going to be presenting that, but then we have labs, a hands-on lab where you'd be part of a group where you'd actually use, guess what, wait for this, an LLM of your choice to say, okay, what does that platform have in place? So you pretty much getting Gen AI to answer those questions like the company would answer those questions. And then based on the answer, you can plug it into our platform and you can come up with a rating for that particular,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Good stuff.